Good morning and welcome to your Tuesday practice. As always, if you have props available, let's collect those and keep them at arm's length. And if you'd like today, rather than starting in our easy seat as we often do, we can take Virasana, Hero's Pose. So I really like to put at least one block between my ankles and lower legs. And then I also like to put a folded blanket under my seat. And if you don't have these tools available, you could also stack a couple of pillows or a few folded blankets, or you can just sit any way that feels good. You could even be seated in a chair. If you have a strap or a belt or a towel or piece of fabric, let's keep that close by also. And then allow yourself to arrive like mud settling in a pond. Give yourself a moment for all of the swirlings, all of the happenings to start to settle. And if you like, you can rest your hands in your lap or interlace your hands. Today we could do Vajrapradama Mudra, where we interlace the fingers, thumbs pointing up, and rest them over our heart space. Breathing deeply, giving yourself this time of arrival on your mat, in your space for yourself, knowing that any inner work we do creates a ripple effect in the world around us. And this week, as we're exploring Satya, the second Yama, this idea of practicing truthfulness, we might examine it through the lens of being true to ourselves. Noticing, perhaps, as we move through the world, if we feel comfortable in it. If we feel at home anywhere, that's a nice indicator that we're being our authentic, true selves. And it's okay if that doesn't feel true to us. Perhaps we're still getting to know ourselves. Staying for just another breath or two. Our quote this morning comes from an incredible American singer-songwriter, Valerie June. Valerie teaches us, I must stay true to myself and take my own path all the way. I must stay true to myself and take my own path all the way. You can stay as you are, or if you'd like to chant Om to begin this asana practice, you can draw your hands together in front of your heart, Anjali Mudra, sitting tall, pressing the palms and fingers together. Relax your shoulders down. Inhale deeply if you'd like to chant. Release your arms and hands. As you're ready, inhale and slowly reach your arms out wide. Spread your fingers wide. Let this be an experience in and of itself. You can breathe naturally since we're going in slow motion, or maybe you make it one slow, full inhale. And as you exhale, draw your hands down together through the midline, the Sushumna, the central line of energy in your body. Engage your core muscles. Keep lifting your crown as you lengthen your spine. At your own pace, slowly reach your arms out and up. Doing this a few times. Inviting mindfulness in, you might notice if parts of the body are tensing. Maybe here you can soften and relax. And the next time you inhale and reach your arms out and up, we'll pause at the top of the inhale. Shoulders are in flexion, so we let the shoulder blades slide up towards the ears. Maybe you can even gain another inch or half an inch in height. On your next exhale, take a gentle twist to your right. Lower your arms down when it feels right. So your left arm or hand might be resting on the right thigh. You can keep engaging your abdominal muscles. Maybe look over your right shoulder. On your inhale, come back to center, reach up. Pausing here, keep breathing as you reach as high as you can. Try to keep the spine long. Don't let the ribs splay to the front. Reach a little higher, and on your exhale, gentle twist to your left, lowering your hands. Core muscles supporting your lengthening spine. A breath or two, perhaps looking over your back shoulder. If that's too much, then just let the head be neutral. And on an inhale, come back to center, reach up. Exhale, float your arms down. If you have a strap or a piece of fabric, let's go ahead and grab that. In each hand, on your inhale, reach your arms up. And on your exhale, let the arms come back behind you. You can keep the arms straight or bend the elbows. Go easy on your shoulders. And moving with your breath, inhale, reach up, and exhale down. Doing this a few times. If you find a sweet spot that you want to pause and breathe into, you can do that. And if you're working without the strap, that's fine too. You can just be making big arm movements. This is excellent for shoulders. There's a lot going on in our shoulders, muscles and tendons. It's pretty cool that we have a couple of ball joints in our body. So anytime we can move them their full range comfortably, that helps increase the production of synovial joint fluid. So we're lubricating the body when we move. You can keep doing that if it feels good, or bring the arms up overhead. Again, engage the core. See if you can get a little bit longer through your spine. Breathe deeply, and when you exhale, tilt to the right. This makes me think I'm a little teapot. Tipping over, pouring out. One more breath. Imagine breathing into the left lung, left side body, and then come back to neutral. Soften through the shoulders. On your inhale, reach up, get as tall and long as you can, and exhale, tilt to the other side. You can always look down, might be a little easier on the neck. One more big breath, imagine sending it all to the right side body. And come back to neutral. Release the strap. If you've been seated on props, we'll go ahead and scoot those out from under us. You can leave the blocks towards the top of your mat. Make your way into tabletop and pass through cow and cat at your own pace. So inhaling, we drop the belly, shoulder blades slide together, looking up. And on the exhale, push the ground away, rounding your spine. Navel lifting towards the sky. Move at your own pace. See if you can follow your breath. And in the spirit of being true to yourself, please always feel empowered to move any way that feels good to you. As we take a few more rounds of cow and cat, you might bring your awareness to your shoulder blades, noticing how these bones slide across the back. They're sliding over the rib cage. And you might imagine as you inhale and the shoulder blades slide together, gates close over the heart. And as you exhale, pushing the ground away, the gates slide open. When you're ready, on an exhale, send your hips back, finding child's pose, but we will keep the arms active overhead. Gently engage your abdominal muscles, helping you sink your hips as low to the heels as they want to go today. Walk your fingertips up overhead, really stretching the spine 2 directions. As you breathe, crawl your heart forward, slide the heart forward, and keep the hips over the knees as you melt your heart down, Anahatasana, heart melting pose. You can bring the chin or your forehead to the earth, or maybe neither of them quite make it. That's okay. Just another breath here. And if you'd like, let's weave the right arm under the left, bringing the right shoulder towards the center of the mat. Always just doing the best you can as we take this into a twist. You can keep the left fingertips on the earth. Maybe you like to bring them to your low back, resting the hand on your sacrum. You could even slide the hand over to your right thigh, maybe walk the fingertips onto the right thigh, taking a bind. Maybe you like to reach your left hand to the sky. Another breath or two to explore, knowing it doesn't have to be any particular way. And let's all place the left hand right in front of your nose. On an inhale, push the ground away, unwinding. Reach your right hand to the sky. And exhale, set your right hand down, returning to tabletop. Then walk your hands forward, melt your heart down, return to Anahatasana. As you're ready, option 2, weave the left arm under the right, threading the needle, resting on your left shoulder, and doing what feels good with your right arm. It might be the same as you tried on the other side. Maybe your mobility is different and something else feels good. Take a few breaths to explore. We'll all bring our right hand in front of our nose, and on an inhale, press into the earth to unwind, reaching the left hand to the sky for a big breath. And exhale, set your left hand down. Tuck your toes, full breath in. On your exhale, push the ground away, finding your way into downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. This triangle shape, keeping in mind that you don't have to have the knees straight. For most of us, we have fairly tight hamstrings, so a little bend in the knees is an expression of kindness towards yourself. Push the ground away. See if you can lift the hips even higher, maybe wiggle them side to side. You might shake and nod the head. As you shake the head, notice how that is a twist of the very top of your spine. On your inhale, look forward between your hands, engage your abdominal muscles, and on your exhale, make your way to the top of the mat. Hang heavy for a breath, Uttanasana, forward fold, bending the knees as much as you like. And on an inhale, rise all the way up, long spine, flat back, reaching up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Take a wide stance to support you, soft knees, anchor your spine down, and take gentle twists side to side. You can let the back heel lift off of the ground and the knee pivot as you twist. It's a little bit safer on our knees. If you'd rather keep the lower body anchored, that's fine too. Just be sure that we're not throwing the thighs. A few more breaths. When you're ready, come to stillness at the top of your mat. Pause in Tadasana, noticing that we're not just standing, we're actively pressing into our feet, lengthening the low back. You could also think of it as lifting the front hip points. Feel the core engaged as the front hip bones lift towards the heart. Shoulders sliding down, crown lifting up. On your inhale, reach out and up. Maybe you come to your tiptoes. Exhale, feet on the earth, fold forward. Hands touch down, perhaps you grab blocks. Step your right foot way back in space, making your way into a high runner's lunge. Stay for a breath or two. When you're ready, lower your right knee. You might put the blanket under it for a little cushion. Plant your right hand under the shoulder. Maybe it's staying on the block. Left hand to your left thigh. Look over your left shoulder. As always, it's choose your own adventure, so you can stay right here. Maybe you bend your right knee, bringing the heel towards your hip like a hamstring curl, and you could reach your left hand back in space. If you can't quite catch the foot or ankle, you could loop the strap over it, or you can just reach back, always modifying to make it work for you. So I learned this morning that this pose is actually revolved one leg king pigeon. Harvrita Ekapada Rajaka Patasana. Mouthful of a pose. So if this is feeling good, if you think your knee will tolerate it, perhaps you lift the right hand off of the mat or block. Maybe you reach it up to the sky. Maybe we're still looking over our left shoulder. Remember, it's all choose your own adventure. If this is a no-go, then no-go. Another breath or two. And as you're ready, release the left hand back to the block. Gently press the right toes into the mat. Plant your hands on the block or mat. Step yourself into plank. Stay for just a breath or so. Push the ground away. Feel your strength here. And on your exhale, drop your knees. Lift your toes off of the mat as you sink your hips low. Hanging cobra. Arms are hugging the side body. Try to send some weight into your fingertips or even transition to knuckles, so we're going easy on our wrists. Shoulders away from the ears. Open your throat, look up and breathe. And on your next exhale, return your toes to the earth, tabletop. Inhale. Exhale, pass through downward facing dog. On your next inhale, lift the right leg to the sky, three-legged dog. Look forward. Exhale, step or swing the right foot to the right thumb. Pause in high runner's lunge. The right knee is over the right ankle. Spine is long. Lots of energy into the left leg. And as you're ready, lower the left knee. Right hand to the right thigh. Plant your left hand, look over the right shoulder. Starting with a gentle twist, noticing that you can stay right here. Maybe you bend the left knee. This is a deep quad stretch. You might reach the right hand back in space. Maybe you loop a strap over the left ankle. Maybe you can catch the foot or ankle. It's no competition. We're working with what is here now. Taking several breaths in this revolved one-leg king pigeon. Notice if the right leg is splaying out to the right. Let's keep hugging that leg in so the right knee stays over the right ankle. Perhaps here you explore lifting the left hand off of the mat or block, maybe reaching it up overhead. Continue looking over your back shoulder, inviting the twist all the way up in the spine. And however this is going, notice the state of your mind. You might invite friendly curiosity in to all the things that our body can do rather than thinking about our limitations. However it's going, let's release, returning to our low lunge. Inhale. Exhale, giant step to the top of your mat into Uttanasana, forward fold. You might shimmy the hips a little. Let's put the blocks right in front of our toes if you have them. Bend your left knee really generously. Keep your left hand on the earth or block. Right hand to your low back. Revolve your torso to the right. Straighten the right leg. Maybe you look up. Maybe you reach up. Another breath. And exhale, soften the right knee, fold forward, lowering the right hand. Then switch to the other side. So right knee stays bent as your left leg straightens. Left hand comes to your sacrum as you lift your torso and face your heart towards the left. You could reach the left hand to the sky, looking down, a little easier on your neck. Breathing in and breathing out, release. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to your heart. And you might put a block at the top right corner of your mat, and then at the back, I think that would be left, same side. On an inhale, reach to the sky. On an exhale, flow your way down. Hands touch down. Step your left foot all the way back in space and pivot the heel down, setting up for warrior two. On an inhale, cartwheel your arms up. Here's our Virabhadrasana 2. The time change, we're getting some interesting sunlight. You might notice the space around you as you breathe here. Right, and you can stay as you are, Virabhadrasana 2, or we'll explore revolved triangle. So inhale, straighten your right leg, reach your arms up. You might hop the back foot up a little bit. Get really long through your torso as you anchor your tailbone down. Another inhale, reach up. And as you exhale, revolve the torso. So now belly button points in the same direction as your right toes. Another big inhale for more length. Exhale, fold forward. This is where our block friend is waiting for us, perhaps. You can lower your left hand to your shin or thigh, or perhaps the block. Right hand can come to your sacrum, low back. If it's available to you, you could bring the block to the outside of your right foot, so the pinky side edge. That's certainly taking it deeper. Maybe you look to the right, maybe you look up over your right shoulder. Option to release your right hand to the sky. Another breath or two of exploring Parvrita Trikonasana. Notice what happens to the breath when we contort our body. Try to keep it as full as possible. And when you come to an exhale, gently release, bend into your right knee, find your way back to warrior two. Adjust your stance. On an inhale, reach the right palm to the sky, exalted warrior. And exhale, return to warrior two. Hands to your hips, then pivot on your right heel into wide leg stance, and then pivot on your back heel, your left heel. So we're transitioning to warrior two on the other side. As you're ready, reach your arms out, having your block friend ready. As you stay in Virabhadrasana 2, another breath or so, you might glance down, make sure shoulders are over hips. Notice if you can feel the pinky side edge of your back foot. And maybe root a little more into the big toe mound of your left foot. It's now serving as the front foot. Staying here, breathing deeply if you like, or inhale, reach your arms up, straighten your left leg. Maybe you hop your right foot up a little bit, shortening your shape for Trikonasana. Lengthen the base of the spine. So imagine dropping your tailbone. Lift up with the next inhale. Exhale, revolve the torso. Heart facing the same direction as your left toes. And on an exhale, hinge forward. Reaching to the space beyond your left toes. And as you're ready, release your hands to your leg or the block. Left hand can come to the sacrum. Right fingertips on the block, leg, or mat. Every inhale, seek to lengthen the spine. Every exhale, maybe you revolve the torso more. Maybe you reach the left hand to the sky. Maybe you're looking up to the left. See if you can still feel the pinky side edge of your right foot. Keep your foundation firm. From wherever you have gone, on an exhale, soften, unwind. You might scoot the right foot back in space as you bend into your left knee and return to Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. On your inhale, reach the left palm to the sky, Exalted Warrior. And exhale, return, Warrior 2. Hands to hips, we'll gracefully heel toe our feet together, and then make your way to an easy seat. If you like props for your spinal twists, you can have those handy. And when you're ready, roll onto your spine. If you've got the space for it, open your arms out really wide. Otherwise, you can always bend the elbows. Lift your feet off of the ground, so knees are right over your hips. Feel how the low back might be meeting the earth now. Inhale. Exhale, let your legs fall to the right. Left hip on top of right. You can pick up and drape your shoulders over the mat. You can always put blocks or blankets or pillows under your legs, so this isn't quite so much of a request of the body. Enjoy another breath or two here, seeing what you can let go of. And as you're ready, breathe deeply, draw your legs back to center, knees over hips. Inhale. Exhale, let the legs fall to the left. And as you settle in, make any modifications or adjustments that you like. And then enjoy several full breaths. Breathing fully. When you're ready, return to neutral, releasing the twist. Send your legs long, feet at least hips distance apart. Arms out wide by your sides, palms towards the sky if that's comfortable. Breathe fully and naturally, resting the body in Shavasana, corpse pose. Trusting that this time is valuable. This posture is as important, at least, as the others. I must stay true to myself and take my own path all the way. If you have the time, you might rest in Shavasana longer. For our mindful mornings practice, we'll go ahead and return to an easy seat when you're ready. As you move, as you arrive, notice how you're feeling in mind and body after these 30 minutes of intentional movement. If you'd like, draw your hands together in front of your heart, perhaps pausing here to invite in an intention of being true to yourself. You may be noticing if you don't feel comfortable as you move through the world, just bringing some awareness and some tenderness to that. If you'd like to chant Om, inhale deeply. Thank you for sharing your time and your practice. Thank you to all of the teachers and all of the students.